People are understanding something, are bringing peace in their lives. And you can be a part of the magic regardless of where you are. Thank you. It's very nice to be back in Mexico. And I have been talking about this message. And in fact, this is the last event of North America. Now I'll be going off to Pacific to do some of the events. But today, I would like to talk about a song. Now, you've all heard songs. And in fact, there is a song for, I think, just about everything. There is a song for men, and there are songs for women. There are songs for cars. There's even songs for airplanes. And there are songs for motorcycles. And there are songs for bicycles. And there are songs for the fish. And there are songs for turtles. And there are songs for boats. In fact, there are songs for God, and there are even songs for the devil. But the song that you should hear is not a song about all of those. It is a song that has been written and nobody knows by whom. And this song is the oldest song on the face of this earth. And this song is the song that your heart wants to sing for you. Not a performance, not the guitars, not the pianos, not the violins, not the drums, but just a simple song that resides within you. The question isn't, does this song exist? Of course it does. The question is, do you want to hear it? I'm sure there are people, if you ask them that question, they would go, oh, yes. But saying yes will not do it. You can say yes, till you turn blue. But that won't do it. You can say anything to somebody else. And you do. Every day. Every day. You have heard the story of Pinocchio. And every time Pinocchio lied, his nose would get longer and longer and longer and longer and longer and longer. Excuse me, I'm not trying to be judgmental, but how long do you think our noses would be? I mean, I think you would need a little crane to carry your nose. People ask you, how are you? And what do you say? This happens every day. How are you? Oh, I am fine. We go somewhere. Are you having a good time? Oh, yes. People ask you, oh, did you have a good flight? Oh, yes. We don't think. Somebody asks, how are you? And we say, I'm fine. Now, there's nothing wrong in that, but I have a point. If you don't know who you are, how can you answer, how are you? Without the nose going longer. Because somebody said that if I am not in the company of the reality that dances inside of me, I am dead. Dead. I didn't say that. Somebody said that. Long time ago, I'm dead. I can talk, I can walk, I can say things, but I am not alive. We only give ourselves two options. Either you are alive or you are dead. That's not really accurate. You can be alive and be dead. Yes, you can act. It's like somebody stands behind a dead person and, picks up their hand and waves. And so they look like they're waving. And in fact, this is a big art. This is a very big art. And it's in the mortuary when they take the people in there, they make them beautiful. They put makeup on them, they put lipstick on them, they do, so that it looks like the person is just sleeping. Not dead, sleeping. And then there is somebody who is alive. Now the question is, do you know what it is to be alive? Does it mean you smile? No. You don't have to smile. That's what people do. But that's not being alive. Being alive is something else. Being alive is not an outside syndrome. Being alive is when you are part of that joy. Joy. When you understand the meaning of the word gracias. Thank you. How many times do you say thank you? Thank you, 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 thank you. And you don't mean it. Absolutely not. Do you know what gratitude means? So, have you heard the song? The song. The song. Because if you haven't, you have not been entertained. We go to concerts, people go to concerts to be entertained. People dance. There's the musicians and the dance. Oh, last night, I could hear the ocean. It was beautiful, beautiful ocean. Hearing the waves. Had my windows open. And then somebody started playing saxophone. Music. I'm staying at the hotel and they were playing music on the beach. And I'm like, I don't believe it. You see, listening to that water is not entertainment. Oh, by the way, you are 70% water. %70 water. People can't listen to water, they have to listen to a saxophone. Oh, it was so beautiful. I was listening to the saxophone, and I'm like, what? What's wrong? Same thing in Hawaii. Now, of course, the native Hawaiians wouldn't be playing music at night. Long time ago in Polynesia, at nighttime you went to sleep. But for the tourists, they're playing the music. Oh, the warm air and the music playing by the ocean. It's okay, it's okay. Have you heard your music? Have you heard that rhythm, that beat that plays inside of you? Because then If you have not been entertained. And what do I mean by entertain? When you listen to that beauty inside of you, this entertainment is called peace. And when you are at peace, when you are in peace, you are alive. You see, you know this. You know this. I'm just saying this, but you know this, and you have always known it. Always known it. The question is, are you willing to do something about it? Here you are, sitting in this hall, sitting in your chair, sitting. Are you sitting? Are you? Are you sure you're not moving? Are you sure? Because this earth is going around the sun at a whopping speed of 67,062 miles an hour. $67,000 and 62 miles an hour. Is that fast? Let's see. A bullet travels at 900 miles an hour. You're going around at 67,000 miles an hour. And not only are you going around like this, 67,000 miles an hour, you're rotating. As well. There's a lot. Is that a fact? Or did I just make up that speed? Because you look outside, I mean, it's a little windy, but not 67,000 miles an hour windy. And the clouds, they're just gently moving along. And you could look at all that and say, well, no, I'm not going very fast. You know, next time you are stuck in a traffic jam, don't get frustrated. You're going faster than you could ever imagine. Relax. And that's the way this life is. What should be obvious is not. And what is obvious is so trivial. What do you see? You look around Oh, yeah, I see that, and I see that, and I see that. You see, and you know this too, we like trees for their looks. Tree loves its roots. Roots we don't see. Roots we don't see, but that is the essence of the tree, not all that other stuff. Yes, there's leaves, yes, there's flowers, yes, there's fruit, there's this, there is that, but the essence of the tree is the root, and the root you don't get to see. You too are a tree. Are you familiar with your root? Or just this? Some people like to grow beards. This takes effort. I used to have a mustache. Every day, here. Some people have really long beards. I mean, they don't cut it at all. But that still takes a lot of effort. You have to comb it. You want to keep it clean, otherwise it'll be like a basket. You could see everything the person has eaten in the last week. Oh, you had that. Oh, you had that. Yeah. So you have to keep it clean. And this is what we look at. This is it. This is it. This is it. What makes a beautiful woman beautiful? You don't know. But people sit there with their binoculars. Oh, look at that. A beautiful woman walks by. Even old men. I saw that. I was in Italy. And I was taking pictures of the street. There was a late afternoon, and there was like 5 or 6 old retired gentlemen. They were there smoking their cigarette, talking. And this beautiful girl walked by, and they all before they were sitting like this, and they just, they were young. We look. And when we look, we perceive that to be real. Who are you? And you look at yourself, oh, that's me. But some argue that that's not real. Some argue that that's not real. Something else is real. Something else is true. Who do you believe? And that's my point. Believe no one. Please, believe no one. Instead, know. Not believe, but know. Know thyself. Know who you are. Know what this blessing is in your life called the breath. every day, every moment that it comes and gives you the gift of being alive, the possibility. Oh, yes. What about the song? What about the song? Have you heard it? It has been playing. It has been sung since you were a small child. And this song will keep playing till your last breath. And whenever you will hear this song, it will fill you with peace. Do you believe me? Don't. Don't. This believing business has really put this world in big problems. It is time to know for yourself of what I am talking about. You cannot afford to live your life in doubt. You must hear this song and you must experience peace in your life. Not once, but every single day. Every single day. Peace is not a dream. What is peace? A lot of people think if everybody stops fighting, that'll be peace. Why? 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 What has peace got to do with people fighting? I have seen two dogs fight with each other and then wag their tails and kiss each other for the rest of their lives. What's the big deal? If two people came together and punched each other for a few minutes, then shook hands and became the best friends, any problems? What has peace got to do with it? Then people say, oh, peace, you have to give up everything. You give up everything, even give up your thought. I wonder who thought of that. Because there are people sitting going, stop thinking. They're thinking, stop thinking. Are you thinking? You should not be thinking. Have you stopped thinking? You should stop thinking. Why are you thinking? Kabir says, nobody gets away with it. It's like a beautiful pond, and in the middle of the beautiful pond are these lilies, and around the lilies are these little wasps and little bees, and going around and around and around and around, buzzing, 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 buzzing. And so, your mind. Oh! You think just all day? Just all day? That would be nice. Just one day or all day, but nothing at night. Oh, no, 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 no. At night, too. Going places, talking to people, dancing, doing this, doing that, all day long, all night long, same thing. And sometimes so much you wake up in a shock, like, oh my God. Nobody gets away with it. But Kabir says that infinite that you are looking for, that infinite that you are looking for is within you. Now, how many of you knew that? The divine is within you. You've never heard that before? Of course you have. And you tried to believe it, but didn't know it. Until you know it, believing won't do. Believing is okay. Believing is like you're hoping. You believe that your wife will bring you the lunch. She may not. Or she may. But until you have food in front of you, believing doesn't work. Because you cannot eat believing, but you can eat the food. You cannot quench your thirst with imaginary water. You need real water to quench your thirst. And doubt? This world doubts. Because the world doesn't know, world doubts. Doubt why we are here. Doubt what's going to happen to us. All it takes is a little doubt. I will tell you a little story. It's a funny little story. One time there was this king, very powerful king. And he had his courtiers and stuff like that. And his wife was very jealous of a particular courtier or minister that he had in his court, who was very sharp, very clever. And of course, he was the king's favorite. And the wife was very jealous. So one day the wife said to the king, listen, I want you to fire that minister and give his job to my brother. And the king said, I can't do that. Your brother is stupid. This guy is smart. She said, no. I want you to give him that job to my brother, and I want you to fire him. And the king says, how can I do that? How will that work? And she said, okay, what I will do is one day, like maybe tomorrow, you go for a walk in the garden and tell the minister to call me. That it is important that you need to talk to your wife, and so tell the minister to go and get me. And of course, I won't come. And because I won't come, you can fire him. Because he wouldn't have fulfilled his orders. And then you can give the job to my brother. The king said, okay, fine. I agree to your terms. Next day, the king is walking. He calls the minister and he says, go get my wife. So he was smart. He started thinking there are so many people around here who could go and get his wife. Why is he sending me to go and get his wife? Something is wrong. So anyways, he could not be disrespectful to the king, so he walked over to the queen and said, "Your Highness, the king has requested your presence." And the queen said, "I'm not going." So he figured out something. He went out. He told the soldier that was standing duty, he said, "Come and whisper in my ear. When I'm talking to the queen, come and whisper in my ear. And I want you to say kind of loudly, 'And she is beautiful.' Just say that. And she is beautiful." So the guy goes back into the queen's chamber and says, the king is still waiting. I think you should go because he's calling you. And she's like very adamant, "No, I'm not going to go." Just then the soldier comes, starts whispering in the minister's ears, and as he had been told, he says a little bit loudly, "And she is beautiful." And the minister turned to the queen and said, "Your Majesty, no need to come. It's okay. I am now leaving. Bye-bye." That was it. That little doubt. She went running to the king to see who this girl was that was very beautiful. And the king, of course, had a big smile on his face. Everything that is ignorance, places that doubt in us and takes advantage of this precious time that we have being wasted. This world cannot replace 1 second of our time. You know that, right? It can waste days and days and days, but cannot replace 1 second. And then, before you know it, the party is finished. How many days do you have on this earth? Even if you lived to be 100 years, very simple mathematics. It's only 36,500 days. That is all you get. You see, my friends, it is so important to feel peace every single day. Never too late, but to feel the peace every single day. To understand, to accept, and to be thankful for the blessing that you have been given. Do you know you are blessed? How do you know you're blessed? How do you know? How do you know you're blessed? Because you have a Rolls Royce parked in your garage? That's not a blessing. Because you have a huge mansion? That's not a blessing. I'll tell you what a blessing is. If you want to know, I will tell you. Then let me tell you that this breath is the blessing of all blessings. And it is given to you abundantly every day. Every day. Did you know that your journey in this world of existence began with the first breath? Did you know that? That if you were not taking the breath, you were not going to come home. Not going to come home. And do you know that it is this breath that will determine whether you are or are not? Last thing. After the heart is not beating, and this isn't on, and this isn't happening, and that's not happening. One final test. And this is no more. That's it. All that makeup, all that shaving, all those haircuts, gone. Just gone. What will this become? Dirt. That's what happens. And from that dirt, eggplant, tomatoes, cucumber, grapes. You know, we don't see it this way, but the reality is everything on the face of this earth is recycled. It's just recycled. Very few things arrive anymore. Very few things. Once in a while, there's a meteor that might glaze by, dust a little bit here, there. It's all recycled. But do you know about this song that is waiting to be sung within you? To listen. And so people say, if there's this song, why don't I hear it? Why don't I hear it? Why don't I see myself? What is this? You talk about the self. How come I don't see the self? You know why you don't see the self? Because you're so far from yourself that you don't see the self. Today, I was looking out and there was a huge cruise ship coming by, pretty far away, very far away, but huge cruise ship. I could see the ship, but I could see nobody in it. I couldn't see the people. You know why? You know why I couldn't see the people? Because they were so far away. When you are far away, you can see a lot, but not the detail. You look at the mountain from far away, you see the mountain, but you don't see the trees, the little birds that are sitting on the trees, the little flowers, the little things that are happening, because that's what happens. You trade the vista for the detail. If you want to see those trees, and if you want to see those flowers that are growing on the mountain, come closer. And you will see. Come closer to yourself. And you too will see you. If you don't hear the song, that's because it is so noisy. Shh. Be still. Be quiet. And you too will hear that song. That is within you. That's what it takes. Because there's something. Yak, 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 yak. All day long. You should do this, you should do that. You didn't do this, you should have done that. And you should have done that. Oh, that was a terrible thing that happened. And oh my God, what is other people going to think about you? And now they're going to think you're really stupid. Oh, that was a stupid thing to say. Oh, that was a stupid thing to do. Yak, 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 yak. All day long. Why? 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 Because you have not heard anything more attractive than that. Unfortunately, that is the most attractive thing we hear, even though it's really horrible. It's like, not too long ago, I was in Denver, Colorado. And I heard this train coming. I was in a hotel. I heard this train coming. And then the horn. Boom! I mean, it was so loud and for so long. It woke me up and I looked at my clock. And it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. So the next day I was going somewhere and I said, I can't believe there's a train that comes by here. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, he lays down his whistle. And I can hear it in this hotel. And just right then, I realized we were going over train tracks. And on both sides of the train tracks, there were apartments. And not one or not two, hundreds of apartments. And I went, oh my God. At 3 o'clock every night, boom. And then I was thinking about that. And what I realized, you just get used to it. You just get used to it. That which you should never be used to, you get used to it. You get used to confusion when you should be shining in clarity. You should be sparkling in clarity, but you get completely used to confusion. You should be glowing in knowing when you merely get used to believing. There is the darkness and there is the light. Do you have a choice? Do you have a choice? And please don't answer yes. Don't even go there. Don't answer yes. Don't let anything in you answer that question, yes, I have a choice. I can be with darkness or I can be with light. No, you don't have a choice. You have to be with light. You do. You have to be in peace. The peace that emanates from within you, not from your mind. Think peace. Oh my God. Is that the best you can do? I mean, how sad would it be? How sad would it be that you, just imagine, okay, you have a brother or you have a son or you have a friend, and he says to you, and I have a beautiful house and a beautiful wife and beautiful 2 kids and a beautiful dog and a beautiful garden and a beautiful job and a beautiful this and a beautiful that, and then you show up one day. And he's basically homeless. The wife doesn't exist, just a figment of his imagination. The children don't exist, just a figment of his imagination. Wouldn't that be sad? That's what happens to us. Those things just become a figment of our imagination. What does this world go around doing? Oh, peace, 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 peace. Some are waiting for the clouds to open, an angel to come. How long? Thousands of years. Thousands of years. If the bank said, we sent you your check in the mail, how long are you going to wait? How long are you going to wait? Thousands of years? If your child was in school and he failed 1 year, okay, not so good. 2 years, not so bright. 3 years, maybe he's not yours. And he failed thousands of years. Why are we waiting for the angel for thousands of years when the angel is here? Each one of you. You are the most qualified to save yourself. One, you know exactly where you are at any given point in time. Two, you know exactly what you need saving from. Nobody has to guess. And 3, you will know when you've been saved. Oh my God, yeah, I've been saved. Cool. You're most qualified to save yourself. All you have to do is look within. Feel. Understand. Be in that light. Be in that peace. Be in that joy. Be in that gratitude. And then you will understand what that silence is. Because in that silence, without any effort, you will start to hear the song. And when you do, start to hear the song, don't hesitate to dance. And dance for the rest of your life. Dance and dance to that rhythm of life. Because that song is all about your existence. Not a theory, not an idea, not a philosophy, but as real as the quenching of the thirst, as real as the comfort of sitting down when you are tired, as real as when you drink the water that quenches your thirst, as real as eating of the sustenance and feeling the fulfillment. Same way, my friends. Same exact way to feel the feeling of being fulfilled. That's why it's called fulfilled. Fulfilled. Done. Content. 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 When you're thirsty, how much water could you drink? Oh. But when you have the water, you drink, you quench, you quench, you quench. And that's enough. You're fulfilled in this life. When you are listening to that song, when you are experiencing that peace, when you are experiencing that joy, you too become fulfilled. I think you should be fulfilled. You should be content. This life. Will there be other ones? I don't know. I don't know. See, I don't have a very long nose. Actually, rather short. But I don't know. But this one, I do know. I don't have to ask anybody. I don't have to look at a book. There are people who go into the explanations of what were you in the last lifetime? I'm sorry, I don't remember. I just don't. I used to have very good memory, and I still don't remember. And I don't know, I can't remember. I remember the tire speed for the airplane I fly, 195.5 miles an hour, knots. I mean, I don't know why it's 195.5. Who's going to measure 5.5? But that's what it is. I remember that, but I don't know what I was in my last lifetime. I really don't. And you know what? I don't care. Because I know it won't do me any good now. I can't go to Egypt and say, but I was the Pharaoh, this is my stuff. They will throw me out of there. They'll probably throw me in the Nile, and some big alligator will eat me, or a crocodile will eat me. But I do know about this lifetime. I do. I do. The suit is mine? I'd like to think that. But it won't be. It won't be. I know that. It won't be. Before me, the suit was a piece of cloth that had been woven together by elements. It has been brought to this situation, this position. Now I can wear it. One day, it'll be too old to wear, and I will discard it, give it to somebody. Somebody else will wear it. Yeah, I'd like to think these shoes are mine. Actually, they are. And I had a pair just like them before these. Hundreds of thousands of miles. These shoes have been around the world many, many times. But now the other ones are sitting in my closet, and I'm wearing these. So those I thought were mine too, but I don't know. But I know. And I have a house. And before me, it belonged to somebody else. And after me, I know it'll belong to somebody else. That's the way the houses are. But I know there was one thing that was meant just for me. You know what it was? It didn't come to anyone else. It came only to me. And only to me, and only to me, and only to me, and even if I wanted to give it to somebody else, I couldn't give it. That's how personal it is. And it just came into you too. And you couldn't give it to somebody else, even if you wanted to. And it is your breath. Something going on here. It really is something going on here. You should become a part of it. It is called being a part of your life. When you become a part of your life, you become alive. That is the day you will begin to live. So far, you're just managing and managing and managing, and there's a possibility you can live. Look within you. Come a little closer to yourself. Be a little silent to hear your song. That's what I came to say. All those things that you already knew. You better. You knew. You might say, no, I didn't, but you knew. You knew, you knew, you knew. And you've heard it for over an hour. This is how long I've been speaking. Been over an hour, and you heard what you knew. That is the nature of that. There's no boredom in understanding the value of this breath. I hope you keep hearing this message in your life as many times as you can possibly hear it. Because it is a reminder that is so sweet, So beautiful. Enjoy this gift of this existence. Listen to your song, and when you do, don't forget to dance. Thank you very much, and good night.